What's up, crypto legends? The price of Bitcoin absolutely exploding during the last few days. Are we going to just rocket here in the coming days to claim above $49,000, or are we going to top out here at some resistance zones? We are taking a look at the bullish case scenario, the bearish case scenario, and the most important levels that you need to pay attention. We're also taking a look at some interesting news that is going on, guys, so make sure to stay tuned to the very end. Quick reminder, BYBIT, my #1 crypto trading platform. You got the best deals down below in the description here with a link down below. Also, you get a 20% fee reduction by signing up with the link down below in the description. Let's dive in here right away because, yes, this is going absolutely bananas, guys. We did get a small little reaction yesterday at the 618 Fibonacci, getting a bit of a pullback. But overall, once we tested the highs, we got a small little rejection here when we do zoom in here on the lower time frames, and we can analyze that situation. Just small little reaction right there, then a pullback, but then overall just exploding here to the upside very early this morning Central European time. No swing failure pattern, no nothing. Just continuing to create higher highs and higher lows. So when we zoom out here, just to keep the chart very simple and clean, then we get some levels on, we can see that we just tapped the 7/8 Fibonacci, which is sitting at $46,770. We just tapped that here during the last hour. So we're getting a little bit of a reaction at this level. One important level as well that is exactly at this range is a daily level. We have a daily level right there, which is also getting a small reaction. When we go to the daily chart, we can see that we had that daily close and open that was not tapped right over there. This is where we're getting a small little reaction, hitting the level, getting a couple $100 of a pullback. Always good for a little scalp. But the question is, are we just going to blast through this level? And there is a possibility, of course. You know, we look at this massive uptrend that we're having right now. No major sideways action, no sign of weakness. It is just creating higher lows and higher highs, breaking the resistance, getting small reactions, but we just could get a pullback and then just blast through from this level. We are running out of levels of resistance. If we still continue breaking through $47,200, which is my ultimate level of resistance, I do think that we could just reach the highs here above $49,000. Now, why is that level so important? Now, we have the 7/8 Fibonacci. This is where we're currently at the moment, getting a small reaction. What next level do we have? Well, the only level here that we do have as confluence above the daily and the 7/8 Fibonacci is looking at the fixed volume profile from this consolidation when we had the ETF approval. We have a value area high from this range, which is sitting at $47,100. Could we tap that level? Could we break above the daily 7/8 Fibonacci and get the price exhausted at that range? Now, if this were to be a corrective structure here, possibly an ABC wave right over here, where I do think that is still very much a possibility, just purely based on this movement to the downside that has been pretty straight. This for me doesn't look corrective at all, and also breaking the structure, right, creating that lower low right there, giving the chance of a lower high. Now we can extend to in between 7/8 and 0.88 Fibonacci still to create a lower high. That is definitely a possibility. We just need the range to get exhausted, go sideways, form those double, triple tops, okay? Something very similar that happened here during last week, where the price is actually seeing the reaction. It is going sideways and it's getting exhausted for several days. That is not happening. We're just going up and up during the last 2 days. So it's still very explosive. It's still moving to the upside. And we just need to see that sideways momentum. Now, there is a couple of chances here, all right, for the price to see exhaustion. We are getting this reaction right now, currently at the daily and the 7/8. So could we get a pullback, you know, double top here, this range? That is definitely possible. On the other side, if we break solidly here on the lower time frames from that daily and the 7/8 from this drop, it's likely to get a push to the upside. Round about to $47,100 to $47,200. That's purely based on the value area high of this consolidation that we had here when we had the ETF approval, this consolidation with volatility. That is a possibility. When we do take a look here at this value area high of the range, we're just going to put this here on the white for this video. value area high of range. And we analyze the situation with this level on the lower time frames and take a look at what are the possibilities. So if we were to break above this daily level, which is being resistance, no doubt if we get a solid move here with some pretty intense volume, then obviously I would be looking for that resistance support flip here. Just instantly to get a quick bounce to test the highs and maybe break or go higher. Of course, we could form a local double top and then move down. However, this level is very likely to get a bounce if we get that high volume spike on the breakout. Now, that value area high of the range when we had the ETF approval sitting around about 47,100, let's see if that level is going to get a reaction, get exhausted. We want that range. We want those double tops. We want sideways momentum for us to believe that this could be a high and we could reject. Of course, if there's no major reaction at this level, we start breaking through it, then obviously we're just going to go to higher levels, guys. It's been absolutely insanely bullish. It seems like we do have a gold rush right now, digital gold rush, which is Bitcoin. I'll show with the news right now in the next coming minutes. So scenarios here. Yeah, this is resistance. We could flirt around this level. If we start flirting around here with double, triple tops and rejecting from the level, that is the moment where we could see a pretty decent pullback. But if we just break through the highs, then obviously not interested in any short positions, just to see if we go to higher levels till we form that sideways momentum exhaustion. That is if that is not going to be here at this zone where we're currently at, where we do have the daily and also the 7/8 Fibonacci. So we break through this level with a high volume, pretty simple to understand, likely to flip it as support and get that next leg up to test the highs to see if it is going to create another higher high. It's extremely bullish, guys, at the moment. Look at this big, massive momentum that we've had during the last 48 hours. Absolutely crazy insanity. It is going a little bit parabolic. If we start getting a reaction here, double top, triple top, going sideways, that will be a sign of weakness. It means that the price could roll down. For the moment, that is not the case. It is extremely bullish for the moment. Levels of support, there is really not much to say about levels of support. The moment we start going sideways, that is the moment where you could get an aggressive move to the downside. So till we form a little bit of a sideways momentum and look for exhaustion, not interested here in any levels for the moment to get into any longs, as I do realize that we could get a pretty decent pullback. There is the case scenario of this still being an ABC to the upside, and we could get exhaustion at this range to create a lower high to then start the pullback. It is still very soon to say because we need to see that sign of weakness. We could just be breaking through this zone in the next coming hours, hit 47,500, 48,000, and that is going to be obviously bullish. I would expect the high to be taken if we get massive momentum still hitting $48,000. But till 47,100 to 200 range is not broken, there still is a high chance that the price could get sideways momentum. The moment you can start getting sideways momentum in the next coming days, that will be a clear sign of weakness of the bulls. And, you know, long time since we've had a runner like this without getting any sideways momentum. Look at this runner, did get some pullbacks and then sideways. This is really, really extensive. So we want to be extremely cautious as well, long in here at the highs. Lower time frames, yes, we can look for those long positions. We're just creating insane higher lows every single time. So these small retracements, the trend is your friend. You could obviously look for a resistance support flip and just look for the highs to be taken as a take profit when you're scalping. Not much more has to be said. Waiting for the price to get into a range exhaustion. If that doesn't happen, guys, we're just moving to much higher levels. Talking about some great news, obviously bullish news, gold, digital gold rush here for the next coming months. Seems like that, this is obviously very bullish for the mid-long term. BlackRock and Fidelity Bitcoin ETFs have been the most successful ETF launches in 30 years with more than $3 billion in assets each. Okay, so They understand the situation globally with inflation, with debt, with, everything basically. And they know very well that this is digital gold for the long run. And it's still a very small market capitalization. This could go to $10 trillion of market cap in the next 5 years, bringing the price of Bitcoin in between $400,000 and $500,000 per Bitcoin. We will likely see this in the coming years. That's absolutely insane. Big breaking, Russia. Russia is now the second largest Bitcoin miner in the world. So, they very much know that also, Bitcoin, there is a little bit of a digital gold rush. So Russia, second largest miner in the world for Bitcoin. We've just seen the S&P 500 hitting 5,000 points, hitting all-time high again today. Absolutely exploding. Obviously, this is good for Bitcoin as well, for the markets. Now, one chart that I'm taking into consideration that will be mentioned in today's live stream to analyze the situation properly is the DXY, guys. DXY, if it is managing to get that momentum to the upside in the coming weeks, then obviously we would be looking for a short-term pullback for the price of Bitcoin. For the moment, just absolutely exploding. We need a bit of a range here, sideways momentum, to detect that the price is getting exhausted and we could get a larger pullback. Guys, quick reminder, today is going to be the announcement for 2 lucky winners that they're going to win $500 Tether each. Remember, the K app is giving a giveaway. You just need to sign up with that link in the description. It's the second link right there. Then you need to activate the cash account, okay, which is this tab right over here. Once you sign up, you got the tab right there. You need to activate it and only deposit $20. You can switch it to Bitcoin, US dollar Tether, do whatever you want with it, and you'll be in the giveaway. That will be announced in today's live stream. 2 lucky winners are going to win $500 Tether, guys. Thank you, and I'll see you later in the live stream.